Welcome to London, Ontario, a place where students flock to attend the University of Western Ontario and Fanshawe College to better educate themselves on the world around them and, of course, local politics. So, with the upcoming provincial election on October 6th, students are headed to the polls, whether they're aware of them or not.
Tired from the fight, I've been fighting for tomorrow all my life. Yeah, I woke up.
Well, as you know, the provincial election's coming up, and the people running are Dalton McGuinty, the current premier, Tim Hudak, and Alison Dion. And a lot of people don't know, for the NDP, Alison Dion is Celine Dion's twin sister. So people are worried that people are just gonna vote for Alison because of her twin sister. Do you think that's a concern?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
People who don't know anything about politics would most likely, in my point of view, vote for someone that they were aware of. So if this girl looks like Celine Dion, I would feel like people who don't know would just vote for her because of the similarity.
A vote can be wasted if it's not voted, but also could be wasted if you just show up and you don't know what you're really voting for.
In this past May's federal election, voter turnout improved by 2%. So it begs the question, have student vote campaigns, whether they be catchy YouTube songs or organized vote mobs, gotten the results they've hoped for?
I think the vote mobs were a great tactic to spread the word about the need for voting, but I think the vote mobs were made up of people who were already going to vote.
There has increasingly been a sense that politics isn't for young people. Perhaps there's elements of socialization at home in their being brought up that it engenders questions or elements of cynicism. Politicians are all crooks, or all the parties are the same. Those kinds of sentiments. So any number of factors can contribute to a general sense of disinterest and a sense that politics isn't relevant to young people.
There's an election coming October 6th.
Students like Western grad Pat Searle have tried to make politics relevant on university and college campuses by whatever means possible.
That youth are not voting this year. See how we'll show up at every polling place.
I wanted to kind of create something that would be fun to make people think about voting, getting out on vote day. I think the ways that you get new people to vote is you show them the facts and you show them how it's going to affect them.
Student-led campaigns like Practice Safe Voting and It's Your Vote want students to be engaged in the electoral process, but only if they're informed on the provincial issues.
You would anticipate that from a very rational perspective, students ought to be aware of these things because it's very much in their interest to be aware of some of these kinds of things. Particularly relating to job prospects and education and training and the whole gamut of the kinds of things that students are faced with as they come out of high school and into their 20s.
And we all know what's important to students.
I love my Kraft dinner with hot dog.
The provincial election's coming up on October 6th, and what McGuinty's trying to do to get some of the student vote, because he realizes it's difficult for us to all spend money on food, is he'll give students of university and colleges free Kraft dinner every second Thursday of every month. Is that something that interests you?
Yeah.
You like Kraft dinner?
Yeah, it's cheap. It's good. Gets the job done.
I find that hard to believe that would be something he would say, so I would say no.
I'm not a big fan of Kraft dinner, actually.
So if you end up voting for Celine Dion's sister or free Kraft dinner, just make sure you
Grab somebody legal, tell them, hey, I will vote with you today.
So when you head to the polls on October 6th, try and make an informed decision. For Stellar News, I'm Carolyn Cameron.